Hi everybody, it's the Soap Man and it's Thursday evening, so it is time to make some soap. I'm going to do something I haven't done in a long time. The last time I did it, it turned out well. My colors were actually too light though. The soap itself did well. The colors were too light to really distinguish. What I want to do is what's often referred to as the tiger stripe. I've seen various variations of it. Some of them, it's called the tilted, where you put your mold on a tilt and pour it down the side of the wall like this. The one I'm doing, which I have done before, I have seen Kevin Design do it. Very talented soap maker. I've watched him do it, and I like his the best. So, you get your soap relatively thin, not super thin, but relatively thin, and you pour a thin line down the center of your tall, skinny mold. Your next color, same thing. Your next color, same thing. Repeat the pattern. So that's what I'm hoping to do. What I also would like to do, if I can, if it works out, is to, when I get near the top, have a complete layer of white right across the top, and then do what's referred to as a mica paint. I have never done this before. A mica paint is where you take your mica mixed in oil, and you just sort of, when you have a background like that, sort of drizzle, 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 and do an opposite color. I want to do that blue with the black, and then you sort of swirl it together, and your soap batter absorbs the oil that's in your mica, your dispersed mica, and really makes a nice pattern. That's what I'm hoping to do. That doesn't mean that's what I'm going to do, but that's what I'm hoping to do, what I'm going to try to do. So here we go. Let's get started, make a little noise. I'll post the recipe below. I do want to keep this pretty thin, so I have a lot of slow-moving oils, a lot of liquid oils in this. We'll see how it goes. I'm soaping at about 90 degrees. Here we go. Let's give it a shot, get started, and see how it goes. Make a little bit of noise, get a very light, thin emulsification. I can stick blend a little more if I have to. With all the liquid oils and the cool temps, these should move pretty slow, which is what I want with this. Alright, that's good to start. I can always do a little more if I have to, but I don't see any liquid oils floating on top. So let's split this up. The container that has the white, I'm going to try to get just a little bit taller because I want just a little bit more white. So bear with me. We'll just kind of, it's a little bit of a guessing game at this point. But I want to get the other two colors as close as possible. A little bit more white. That worked out almost perfect. I'm going to go ahead and scoop this out because I may need this pot a little bit later tonight for another batch. I'll talk to you about that a little bit later. I'm going to put it in the white batch. Alright, let's get the colors in here. I'm going to pour in this order. I have black oxide, titanium dioxide, ultramarine blue. I'm going to pour in those orders. So let me get my white here in the center because it has just a little bit more. Get my colors in here. Stir my white in. And when you do this, it's best if you start lightest to darkest, like I'm starting with the white first. Then I'm going to go to the ultramarine blue. I'm going to put part of it in. I don't want this super dark because I got black with it as well. So let's see what that's good enough, and that will save me some mica for the top if it works, if it does what I hope it does. And I don't think I'll be doing any more stick blending. Get some black in there, but save me some for the top. And I don't want this super dark black because I don't want it to stain or leave, stains on wash rags and so forth. So I think that's actually just about right. I didn't have quite enough scent oil. I'm using Brambleberry's Cranberry Fig. I haven't used it before. I didn't have enough for this. It behaves well in cold process, no discoloration. So I'm going based on the fact that it's going to keep me nice and thin. And I've got a lot of good reviews. And it doesn't discolor. However, I don't have quite enough. So I'm actually just going to put it in the two darker colors. And leave the white unscented. So just kind of stir this in. Recipe's behaving beautifully. Alright, let me stir it into my blue here. These are actually a little thinner than I want. I may risk just a quick blast of the stick blender, very quick blast. Because these are just a little bit too thin. Let me stir my white, although surprisingly the white's just about right. Alright, very quick blast of the stick blender. Just a little bit of a few pulses. That's really all I'm going to do. Just a few quick blasts. And that's it. I'm ready to pour. I'm going to pour in this order. So let me set these back here. Get you into the picture with the mold. And once again, I'm just going to pour black, white, and blue with a thin stripe down the center. And these are relatively flexible, so I can sort of pull them to a point. And yes, I think you can see that. Let's get that down. Okay. Get my white. This is not doing what I expected. I think I'm losing my touch, folks. My gosh, this is too thin. This is more along the line of a drop swirl. Kevin Devine, sorry buddy, I'm not doing your technique any justice here. Too thin. This would have been a great column pour or a great spin swirl. Alright, I'm going to set this aside for a minute, let it firm up. I knew I was going to have too much soap for this batter, for this mold, excuse me. I was going to have leftovers, which I had planned on, so we're going to do the same thing in my muffin mold. Slick pot. Just slipped it in my hand. So this is once again not what I was wanting to do. Okay, let's get this out of the way. This is going to look nice, but that's just not what I want. Too thin. Daggone it. When I want a moderately thick batter, I can't seem to get it. This would have been a perfect spin swirl. Didn't happen. Have a backup. Yeah, I'm a little disappointed, but you know, what are you going to do? Doesn't look bad. So, ended up being a drop swirl. Have several muffins. Anyway, I'll see you hopefully for the cutting. I'm going to do my best to go ahead and let this set up so I can get a nice thick hot gel on it. We'll see. Hopefully it'll come out of the mold if it gets a good hot gel tomorrow. Alright everybody, bye.